Assalamualaikum, selamat datang ke forum edisi hari ini bersama dengan saya Dayang Zainatull Aqma. Dan seperti biasa, pelbagai cerita menarik yang telah pun disediakan untuk edisi hari ini. Satu perkara yang sudah pastinya sentiasa menjadi topik perbualan setiap tahun, setiap edisi sememangnya sentiasa mencuri perhatian adalah Standard Chartered Kuala Lumpur Marathon. Dan tahun ini adalah untuk tahun 2019 sudah pastinya. Dan Dayang ditemani oleh dua orang kuat untuk Standard Chartered KL Marathon ini, iaitu CEO and MD of Standard Chartered Bank Malaysia, Mr. Abrar A, Anwar. Dan kita juga bersama dengan Rainer Biemans, iaitu Mr. Rainer Biemans, iaitu Project Director of SCKLM, Director of Dirigo Events as well. So thank you very much to the both of you for being here today. There are a lot of things that I really want to ask you because I have a lot of friends who are really interested in joining the marathon. So Mr. Rainer, what do we have in store for the marathon for this edition? Is there any changes or anything new?
Yes, there are. So it's like 86 days till event day. So next week we start with volunteer recruitment. Then 3 weeks later we start with we're having our pacer kit event, where we have our 30 pacers for full and half marathon, where we hand over their attire. It's always a fun happening. We have a lot of social media posts coming up to interact with our runners and fans as well. We have young Brohormat Said Sadiq running the half marathon, so I'm very excited about that. So yeah, we're on track. Still almost 3 months to go, but yeah, we can feel the heat. So.
Is there a balance between participants for women and also men? Because is this like an event that's more dominated by a certain gender, or is it balanced?
Right, it's open for everyone, but it's normal that the ratio is always like 60-40. And the longer you run, so for full marathon, 42.195 kilometer, it's dominated by men.
By men.
Yeah, but the women are catching up, but slowly but surely. And the shorter the distance, so for example, in 10K, we have more female runners than male runners.
We'll have
but
women
it's
like
60-40,
me.
yeah.
Okay. I also have a question for Mr. Abrar. So what is the focus of the bank's sponsorship in the marathon? Anything you can share with our viewers?
No, of course. If you look at this Standard Chartered KL Marathon has become an iconic sporting event.
It has.
And it's the 11th edition. But if you look at our history in this country, 144 years. So this marathon really goes with our the bank in terms of its longevity, discipline, perseverance, and being here for good. So we not only are in business in Malaysia, we have grown with Malaysia, and being part and parcel of the community, it's also our focus. So this gives us a great platform to engage with greater community, be inclusive, and also bring everyone together to a sporting event. Imagine 38 to 40,000 people will run this year.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is. Okay, so having a lot of people joining in the marathon, participating in something very, very healthy, how does this also promote a healthier lifestyle for especially the younger people in Malaysia?
Well, you can see that our field is getting younger. So the bulk of runners are between 30 and 36 years old. Average, the whole field is below 40. So very young race. A lot of new runners coming in every year, starting with a 5K or a 10K. And then you see them upgrading over the years. So they start exercising, they see, it's not only the Standard Chartered KL Marathon, there are other running events in Malaysia, of course, but they get infected by the running community. They say, okay, I'll join my friends.
Strikes us all.
Yeah, all your friends are running, you don't run. Then all of a sudden, okay, I join once, you see the whole atmosphere, you get into it. And then, yeah, the bug is catching you, and then you start 5K, 10K, half marathon, and so forth. So for sure, it's a good development. Asia is still growing, whereas the Western market has reached its limit, actually. But Asia is still going up.
Yeah, it's really nice to see how a lot of Asians, Malaysians especially, participating in a lot of marathons as well nowadays. Mr. Abrar, for this edition, how would you feel that it is different compared to the earlier editions that were first introduced?
Well, of course, one thing that happens, every event is different. And every year, thanks to the organizers and all the volunteers, every year it's improving in terms of it's also the attraction. For example, we have got almost 2/3 repeat runners from last year. Last year we had the 10th marathon, and this year is 11. So within a very short span, 2/3 has been signed up by the last year's runners. Plus whatever was remaining, we had to go for balloting because it has become so popular.
Balloting.
Yeah, I mean, we had to give chance on a fair basis to people. For the first time, it went through a balloting process. So which tells you that it is gaining in momentum every year. So that's why we see that we are encouraged by the interest of the people. Everywhere I go, hey, I ran or I wanted to run, I'm not getting a slot, which tells us that it is a fantastic thing that we are so proud to support.
It is. So I'm really interested in when you mention balloting. I'm going to ask that question in a bit sebab forum akan berehat seketika. Jadi jangan ke mana-mana. Terima kasih kerana masih lagi setia bersama dengan Dayang dalam forum edisi hari ini, dan topik perbincangan kita masih lagi berkenaan dengan Standard Chartered KL Marathon 2019, dan Dayang masih lagi ditemani oleh Encik Abrar A Anwar dan juga Mr. Biemans yang akan menceritakan tentang apa yang boleh kita anticipate dan juga expect untuk KL Marathon kali ini. So tadi Encik Abrar, you mentioned something about being the first to introduce balloting in this marathon. So Mr. Rainer, could you explain even further about this first introduction?
Yeah, well, it originated in 2017. We had a loyalty program for returning runners. 50% signed up during that period, and the rest we just throw into the free market. And it took 12 hours to be sold out. So the year after, last year, 2018, we had 60%, a bit more than 60% taking those slots. So we only had like 15,000 slots left to put into the market. And we were a bit scared that, you know, being sold out in 1 or 2 hours and making a lot of runners actually mad because you have to be behind your laptop on Monday morning at 10 o'clock to be ready. So we told everyone, okay, you get 1 week, take your time, 24 hours a day, just within that period, sign up. And then a week later we did the balloting and confirmed 15,000 runners. Unfortunately, we had to tell 15,000 runners, sorry, we can't take you this year. But it's for us, we thought it's a fair process, and a lot of other big running events where the demand exceeds the opportunity or the offer, they do that as well. So we are not the first one worldwide. In Malaysia, on this scale, for sure, the first one.
Waiting in front of the laptop, that's like going to a Coldplay concert nowadays. Okay, Mr. Abrar, in your opinion, we cannot deny that the Standard Chartered KL Marathon is becoming increasingly even more popular than how it was first introduced. Why is that so? What makes it so attractive to Malaysians and runners everywhere?
No, I think first of all, it's an international level marathon. So it all depends on organizing capability of the event organizers to make it like that. So it's very well managed event. So we also are so happy to be sponsoring that and a well organized event, ensuring that the safety of the runners and also other facilities that are required to make a run a success. And it's also in the global calendar. So a lot of elite runners also join in. So I think overall, as it happens in Kuala Lumpur, the capital, it's done by us as the oldest bank. Standard Chartered has its own brand equity.
Yes.
Dirigo Events, they have been doing a great job. So altogether, it has become an iconic asset. So that's why we believe everything coming together as a culmination, making it attractive every year. So we look forward to supporting this in the years to come. And I'm sure with everyone's support, commitment, and also being part of it. You see, I remember last time it was the 10th edition. I landed there around 3:30 in the morning. The enthusiasm of the people, it was fantastic. So that actually also motivates us to keep on trying to do better. Because we are part of the community, we have grown with this country, and we want to deliver something valuable to Malaysia.
Of course. So 38,000 during the 10th anniversary, that was last year. And this year you have an even bigger number, which is 40,000. In the upcoming editions to come, will we see an even bigger number? Because that's what I'm expecting right now.
Yeah, I'm a bit defensive in that way. Acara Mereka has a certain size. The roads of Kuala Lumpur have a certain size. We could grow from 38,000 to 40,000 this year because we took the 5K from Sunday and put it on Saturday. So Sunday technically is around the same number as last year. Just Saturday we have more runners. If, and the future will show, if the city of Kuala Lumpur, City Hall DBKL, agrees to have the 10K on Saturday as well, then it's a different ball game. Then we can do Saturday 25,000, Sunday 25, 30,000, have overall a 55,000 runners. But there again, needs a lot of approvals, commitment as well. It's more work, more runners. But we will see in the future where we go. But one day I hope we can have a 2-day event where the long distance runners are running on Sunday and the shorter distance 10 and below on Saturday.
A 2-day event would be more challenging to organize, but I'm pretty sure it will make a lot more people happy. A lot of people will be very, very happy with the 2-day event. Okay, lastly, Mr. Abrar, what is your hope for the Standard Chartered KL Marathon for this year?
This year, I hope and pray that it continues to be successful. Everyone comes out happy without any incidents. And I must thank DBKL, Ministry of Youth and Sports, all our other sponsors joining our hands. Also, of course, Reiners, Dirigo, and all people involved to make it a success. So we look forward to a fantastic event. And at the end of the day, we would like to see that our community is happy.
They definitely will be.
So
Sure.
that will make Standard Chartered the happiest.
Okay, thank you so much for being here today. I've learned a lot about Standard Chartered KL Marathon, most definitely. I hope to see you again soon. Dan kepada anda yang mahu terus mendapatkan perkembangan terkini Standard Chartered KL Marathon dan juga apa-apa acara sukan dan berita-berita sukan tempatan dan antarabangsa yang lain, pastikan bersama dengan kami di facebook.com/astroarena saluran 801 ataupun follow kami di Twitter @astroarena dan Instagram @astroarena. HD. Jangan lupa juga untuk subscribe kami di YouTube, search saja Astro Arena, like semua video kami dan berikan komen anda. Kita jumpa lagi dalam forum edisi yang akan datang. Salam hormat dan jumpa lagi.